The top news headlines. Students take out to streets demanding pass mark in CHENGLEINGANBI Class 12 examinations 2022. International Women's Day celebrated across state. And politicians ignorant of contest, people unaware of voting, and political parties ignorant of electoral process, asserts acting chairperson of Manipur Human Rights Commission KHAIDEM Mami. Hello, a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News in Focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. The news in detail. Class 12 students in the state took out to street in protest demanding pass mark in the Class 12 examinations 2022 to be conducted by Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur, as there had been no proper offline classes owing to COVID-19 pandemic. Some students and police personnel sustained injuries as police resorted to firing tear gas shell to disperse the protesting students. Large number of Class 12 students under the ages of all Manipur Class 12 Joint Higher Secondary Students 2022 started gathering at BT Park around 11 this morning. While some students went to meet the Director of Education, the remaining students tried to take out a protest march to the office of COSEM. Scuffle erupted between the police and the students as the police tried to stop them from taking out the march. The students overpowered the police and started running towards Johnstone Higher Secondary School. As they reached Johnstone School, police fired tear gas shells. The students ran towards the western gate of Kangla and staged the sit-in protest on the main road. Vehicular movement was affected as the police stopped all the vehicles heading towards BT Road at the movement, and no vehicles was allowed entry inside Khairam Kaitel during the protest. Later, SP Imphal West District came to the site around 2 p.m. and made the students to return after pacifying them.
Masih dari nang dia bro, saya isu bro, nang mana kena tahu betul ni. Ko motor vehicle lagi metu ni ada mat dari ni tahu bising je. Noi sih mau bakatu kena tahu no. Ko like satu lagi like pasal kamu. Noi tahu di mana je. Mak ni tu ada pekat hal ni macam mana bro? Ha. Like pagi di like dia, like pau ni. Like pagi noi sih position lepas ni, noi apa apa ni biar mat ni ni. Lami di rang tahu ko noi gak apa apa kita nanti ni. Ko. Entah bro. Nang guys, mau biar nang parents kalau udah ni, parents tu nang guys ni sana pak bocor, pak bocor, apa decision lo bro. Ada ni tu, lek tu macam saya tu lebih tu masih 144 lagi ni kamu nak terus. Noi satu uniform set pergi, kau nak yang yang pergi warning 144 lagi ni hujik whole district sih dah. Aduh kang noi tahu isi kayak gino, ha. Noi nung pura apa pura noi tahu isi kayak gino, nung pura noi protest lah, kau yang bro. Sudah leh, kamu nak tahu? Sudah leh, aduh ni, noi nanti kita boleh tahu ni, noi responsible untuk terus. Aduh, kami tadi kita boleh mobilize tahu ni,
Labour Commissioner Council Director loi unajari ba. Aku ni hari dia aku ni kelas nomen kelas pada tahu dia ba. Thani ungtang tahu ya ba ko. Thani jida mu kelas hafta amda ani dah hum laka ba. Atu ju pero ani hum tahu ba. Syllabus amda cover tahu dia ba. Hari di tahu azu ke hani nong masa chapter mana mula semi payment tak ya ba ko. Atu aku chatra ngai exam tha ba dia burden oi dia ba. Atu masih mami yang aku chatra jingje pass mark pok di pi laga. Lem hoi ba subject mak ngai tu na aku na thu hen tanah jaga hari ni ba. Atu aku government ka tu represent thaba ba thare khoi unabya bu unare do moina ngasi bo response bibirak deba ngana RSD video khoina khoi de sabi mung solution ma bibiro na hajara ga go ngrang je solution bibe mota khoi gi exam center in thokjare ba sidagi khoi satang je khoi ngasi hogi mai changlak bani ba adu khoi police ne khoi thabi re ba khoi na thaba na de khoi na tawji government khoi na government ha government tabi de amada ha tabi de amada tabi de khoi upai sung lek de sare bunsi mang bi fem lak ba de khoi na ngasi khongjen je changjan bani ba.
Acting chairperson of Manipur Human Rights Commission, KHAIDEM Mani, has asserted that politicians in the state now seem to be ignorant of contest. People too are unaware of voting, and the political parties as well are ignorant of the electoral process. KHAIDEM Mani was speaking at the observance of International Women's Day on the theme Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow, organized by MHRC at Classic Grand Day today. Speaking further, KHAIDEM Mani said most of the women in the society do not enjoy freedom and liberty from birth till date. Stating that women are controlled and conditioned to live under a social norm, he asserted that no man can easily take the responsibility women are taking in the families and the society. Mani recounted that governments and political parties from time to time have been making promises to bring women empowerment. However, nothing substantial has been carried out till date, he said. People are also aware of what the political party was promised to give 33% reservation for women did while giving the party tickets to women for the 12 state assembly elections, Mani added. He also maintained that no politicians carried out work to uplift women at their personal level and they never walked the talk.
Politics political platform ama same chumi political platform haibedi state ki oinana state legislative council Manipur legislative assembly abisina election degi uran bara chinthi bara mi hat para adu toraga kanarakpa mayam duna state assembly da kaire adu masana bi khalana toraga tawa pot asi karani pm te yauro ama ni di hana yauro hana ka ba kharsina tana adidi masi represent wana bana akoi legislative council se assembly na manga pass tawra weaker section mayamam lay minority mayamam lay nupi lay aduna nupi singi represent tawna ba weaker section represent tawna ba adudagi minority section represent tawna ba as well as ahal oiraba khang hairaba adum intellectual eminent personalities mayamama represent tawya ba mi kun legada ba legislative council se masjid semba thaman ba chumme.
Advocate of Manipur High Court T.H. Rajkishore said the constitutions of India has drafted many laws for protections of women. However, it is unfortunate that women are still unaware of the rights that can be protected and granted by this law. He said this during the International Women's Day celebration held at Lamboit Khongnangkhong, organized by World Vision India under the theme Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. Speaking on the occasion as a special guest, Advocate T.H. Rajkishore said despite the slogan that both men and women are equal, gender equality has not been able to achieve so far. One of the main reasons is lack of education for girl child and their parents keep them busy in household work. However, many women have achieved success in various fields, he said, stating that the world today recognizes Manipur. He thanked women of Manipur for their talents and potential.
Adugu nubi kamu karena nubi sing mini nubi sing pana tori betul betul zaman apa tahu tak kadi mungkin zaman na betul ki kusuman pongom tui nubi sing su magi nature na pirakpa ngang pokpagi adugu mbak jadi antai nuba de yang tak magun mayam malai sini malam si biar berjati si bagi pagalang na ba cakalang na ba sandoran na ba tori besi bagi angang pokong bagi adugu masakti sini ni masigi matam se da moi kai nabi ke da unni moi ko potha ni ke do boni potha ra ke samudri ki paisa pangan ke do unni kai ke si kolau si mai ke me am de ki law ko hor si na tap na law ko hor si na 1970 sai da di masi mane pum mata ekda pothai ge law matam mo oi ki.
General Secretary of All Manipur Nupi Marup L. Sumati Bala has asserted that there can be no development in a society without gender equality. She said this at the observance of International Women's Day organized by All Manipur Nupi Marup at Irawat Bhavan. Sumati Bala said the International Women's Day began to be observed to voice against the unequal treatment towards women, low wages to women than men, and the tortures they have been bearing since olden times. She further termed it unfortunate that lowly conduct of some women are tarnishing the image of the whole women's society. Stating that the role of women is crucial in the society, Sumati Bala urged the women to act accordingly.
8 March International Women's Day na pamthui basini hari ba koina makpi rusingbi mayam na talapada bi se so isinga maga samapan hundra manga dagidi UN na sak khambi dana UN di General Assembly na so isinga samapan hundra manga sidagi na hundra ga mathu ga manga phau sorry so isinga maga samapan hundra ga manga hari ba sahi ase Women's Year International Women's Year haidana nupi oiba sahi haina laptop pidana nupi singsi chapat thorang da magi lebang singna nupi singsi chapat thorang policy sembadabani development gi damakta sembadabani haiba se UN laptop pa horai.
International Women's Day today at PWD Guest House was also celebrated at Babupara in Jiribam district. The celebration was organized by One Stop Center Jiribam, Additional Superintendent of Police Jiribam District A.K. Sadananda, Center Administrator of One Stop Center Jiribam H. Chandrabala, Chairperson of Child Welfare Community Jiribam M. Maipaksana, and Jiribam CD Block BMM W. Premchand attended the program as Chief Guest, President and Guest of Honor respectively. All the speakers who attended the celebration acknowledged the contributions in the society. On the occasion of World Women's Day, Mayang Lambam Daina of Manipur has been honored with the Wonder Woman 2022 by Team Bharati and Idol of Humanity and Compassion's New Delhi. It may be mentioned that many government and non-government organizations have honored Daina with various awards for their humanitarian service. Manipur government has been conferred the E-Shram Award. E-Shram is a portal created by the Ministry of Labour and Employment for the welfare of workers in the unorganized sector. The award was handed over yesterday during the launch day of Iconic Week by Union Minister for Labour and Empowerment, Bhupendra Yadav. The award was jointly received by Secretary of SLE Government of Manipur B. John Langthin Kumar and Deputy Labour Commissioner Karam Bono Singh. Manipur was included among 11 states UTs selected for the award. The Iconic Week is being organized from March 7 to 13 to celebrate the successful journey of E-Shram to 25 crore registrations in a record time of 162 days. In Manipur, the total enrollment of unorganized workers in E-Shram portal has reached 3,75,194. In compliance of Supreme Court order, the Manipur Public Service Commissions will be conducting the Manipur Civil Service Combined MPSC Competitive Examinations 2016 affairs in the month of May 2022. Registrar of MPSC S.N. Baifei in a circular state that the Manipur Civil Service Combined Competitive Examinations 2016 will be conducted afresh in the month of May 2022. Only those candidates who appeared in earlier MCSCC Man examinations 2016 conducted in September 2016 will be eligible to apply for the said examination. As per the circular, candidates who had cleared the MCSCC preliminary examinations 2016 but did not appear in a single paper in the MCSCC Man 2016 will not be eligible to appear in the MCSCCE examinations to be held afresh. Candidates have to take MCSCC Man examinations 2016 to be conducted afresh in the subjects they have opted in MCSCCE Man 2016, and they will not be allowed to change their optional subjects. Notifications for the examinations will be issued shortly, as Wi-Fi said. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update.
LX Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar, Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, first floor. Mafam asida mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back again after the break. India recorded 3,993 new coronavirus cases with 108 days in the last 24 hours, taking the total tally of COVID-19 cases to 4.29 crore, while the active cases dipped to 49,948 according to the Union Health Ministry data. The death count also climbed to 5.15 lakh with 108 fresh fatalities, with 8,055 patients recovered in the last 24 hours. The cumulative tally of recovered patients stood at 4.24 crore. The active cases comprise 0.12% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate further improved to 98.68%, the ministry said. The daily positivity rate was also recorded to 0.46%, while the weekly positivity rate at 0.68% according to the ministry. Meanwhile, with the administrations of more than 21.34 lakh vaccine doses in the last 24 hours, India's COVID-19 vaccinations coverage has exceeded 179.13 crore across the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauded India women's achievements on International Women's Day today and said his government will keep focusing on women empowerment through its various schemes with emphasis on dignity as well as opportunity. On Women's Day, Prime Minister saluted Nari Shakti and the accomplishment in diverse fields from financial inclusion to social security, quality healthcare to housing, education to entrepreneurship, and many efforts have been made to put Nari Shakti at the forefront of India's development journey. These efforts will continue with even greater vigor in the coming times, he tweeted. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi will also address a program in Gujarat's Kutch this evening to highlight the contributions of women's saints to the society. On the other hand, former Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi also greeted women on International Women's Day and said they must get their long pending due. Women, he said, are capable of transforming society with their wisdom, dedication, and strength. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed post-budget webinar on financing for growth and aspirational economy. This is 10th such post-budget webinar addressed by the Prime Minister. At the outset, Prime Minister greeted on International Women's Day and noted that India has a woman finance minister who has given such a progressive budget. Prime Minister said that Indian economy is once again picking up momentum after once-in-a-century pandemic, and this is reflections of the economic decisions and strong foundations of economy. He said that the government has taken many steps to maintain the momentum of high growth in this budget by encouraging foreign capital flows, reducing tax on infrastructure investment, creating institutions like NIIF, GIFT City, new TFIS. They have tried to accelerate financial and economic growth, he said. Mentioning the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Prime Minister emphasized the need to mull over the ways of reducing dependence on other countries by exploring different models of financing the related projects. He gave example of Prime Minister Gati Shakti National Master Plan as one such step. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri today confirmed that the evacuation process for Indian students stranded in the war-torn Ukrainian city of Sumy has started and they are being taken in the buses to Poltava. Puri told that he checked with the control room and 694 Indian students were remaining in Sumy, but today they have all left in buses for Poltava. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday has discussed with Prime Minister President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky ways to start the stalled evacuations of Indian students from Ukraine's B6 Sumy city crushed by the invading Russian forces. India has brought back over 17,100 of its nationals from Ukraine so far, while Indian students remain stuck in the northeastern city of Sumy, with the evacuation dependent on the facilitations of a safe passage by Russian and Ukrainian authorities. Now let's recap the headlines once again. Students take out to streets demanding pass mark in course and class 12 examinations 2022. International Women's Day celebrated across state. And politicians ignorant of contest, people unaware of voting, and political parties ignorant of electoral process, asserts acting chairperson of Manipur Human Rights Commission KHAIDEM Mami. That's the end for today's News English Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV News for more update.